What's up, YouTube? It's Andre, the superhero of love, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. I am absolutely grateful, thankful, and blessed to have each and every single one of you, beautiful hearts and souls, join me on this video where I'm going to be talking about the 3 tips that I've used that you can use on how to form habits in your life that will be long-lasting and lifelong. But before we dive in, if you're new to my channel, I say welcome, and I'm so grateful, thankful, and blessed that you're here and you found my channel. And if you haven't already, if you could please hit the like button, smash the subscribe, and turn on the notification bells so that every Wednesday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, when I post my videos, you'll be able to see it. And my videos will be able to reach a greater and wider audience so that more people can hear my message. All right, everybody, let's dive right into it. So I have a question for you. Are you someone who struggles to form a habit and keep that habit going after like a couple days or a couple weeks or even a month? If you are, well, guess what? I've been in your shoes, and let me tell you, sometimes it ain't easy. Believe me. After my spiritual awakening, I got to work. And I want to give you some examples of things that I've formed after my spiritual awakening. So I wanted to work out every day. That was one of my goals, but I didn't just go from 0 to 100. We're not Teslas. We have to break it down into small, simple steps like I've mentioned in my last video. So what I've done and what I recommend for tip number 1 is to get an accountability partner. Get an accountability partner. Someone who is reliable, someone that you respect their opinions, and someone that you don't want to let down. Because when you tell your action to someone else, your goals or your habits, and you drop the ball, you're not letting just yourself down, you're letting them down too. Now, it's not that they're there to ridicule you or put you down. They're there to support you, but they're there to make sure that you get your stuff done. Because if you're going to say what you're going to do, then do what you're going to say. Because in life we have doers and we have talkers. Which one do you want to be a part of? The doers list or the talkers list? Now, for a very long time, before my spiritual awakening, I used to talk. I'm going to be vulnerable here. I used to talk about all these things that I wanted to do. And guess what? I never did it because I talked about it, but I had nobody to hold me accountable. And because of that, I just dropped the ball because I don't have to report to anybody. So let me rewind that. Get an accountability partner that you respect and that's reliable and will actually hold you accountable for your actions. Because psychologically, when you tell it to someone, you want to make sure that you're not letting them down, but also you're not letting yourself down. Because if you don't tell it to somebody, it's easy to let yourself down. And then you get into this cycle, this loop, this negative thought loop. Oh, I didn't get it done today. And there's nobody there to look at the fact that you didn't do it. So make sure that you get an accountability partner. That was tip number 1, and that was kind of juicy and very deep. Tip number 2, prime your environment. What does that mean? Priming your environment. So I'll give you an example. Let's say you wanted to work out. You want to make sure that you set your environment up to help you. So a good example is if you're wanting to work out first thing in the morning, you would set out your workout clothes close to your bed so that when you jump out of bed, they're right in front of you. Or if you're trying to drink more water, the same thing. You get out of bed, the water's right in front of you. You drink it. So priming your environment is absolutely key Because when you don't prime it, then chances are you may or may not do it. And what I used to do when I was first starting to work out every day was to actually set my clothing right in front of my bed, either on the ground or on a chair that's near my bed. So that as soon as I wake up, I put those clothes on. Now, you're probably wondering, like, what stops me from not putting those clothes on? Well, simple. I had my accountability partner, and I made sure to let them know that I did it. And I used to take photos that I was actually doing the workout. Even sometimes a small video just to prove that I was doing the workout. Now, even if I didn't do that, and I told my accountability partner that I did the workout and I didn't, well, guess what? I'm lying to myself. And in the end, I'm just hurting myself. And I don't really want to do that. I'm trying to better myself. So, and I'm pretty sure you want to better yourself too. So don't lie to yourself. So prime your environment. Another good example is if you want to go out for running. Get your shoes, get your socks, get your clothing right by the door. Sounds kind of weird? Do it. If you're trying to journal as soon as you wake up, put the journal right in front of you with your pen ready. Already have the date on the top of the page or whatever it is that you want to do, and get cracking. If you're wanting to meditate first thing in the morning, well, this one's a little bit trickier, but I would turn on the light, like run and turn on the light in your room or wherever it is you're going to go meditate, and have either the intention of putting like a mat on the ground if you're going to sit on the ground already laid out for you, or a pillow. Basically have all these things ready before you go and do what it is that you're going to do. Priming your environment. Another example is like if you want to have a protein shake first thing in the morning. Have your protein in the kitchen with your protein shaker bottle right next to it. So that way, when you're going to get prompted because it's right in front of you, visual. You're going to be able to take that action and do it. So that's tip number 2, priming your environment. Which leads me to tip number 3. Put calendars all over the place. I cannot tell you how important this one is. This one gets overlooked a lot. So when I was first starting my habits of working out every day, meditating every day, reading at least a couple pages of a book a day, journaling, everything that I wanted to do on my to-do list, which again, I'll post my last video that talks about the to-do list and the not to-do list. Basically, I had a calendar in the designated zones. So at my desk, I had a calendar. As soon as I wake up, I have another calendar. I just literally took a blank piece of paper and made grids and went from 1 to 30. So for 30 days. And each day, if I did what I said I got to do, well, guess what? I deserve to put an X crossing it out that I got it done. And even just that little action of writing the X or drawing the X out on your calendar, it motivates you. Like, oh, I did it. And then you're spurred on to try to do the next day. And then the next day. And then the next day. And then the next day. And sooner or later, you're going to notice that your calendar is, oh, I actually accomplished it all in 30 days. To go off a little bit off tangent here, because, that's just how I do it here on my channel. In order to form a habit, it takes 21 days, generally speaking, to form a habit. However, that's only to form the habit, but that doesn't mean that it sticks. In order for it to really stick into your subconscious and to your internal physiology, you must continue it up to 63 days. 64 to be more precise. 63 to 64 days really let it simmer into your subconscious and into your internal physiology. And then you're able to really focus on that. And that's what I did. I work out every day, just so you guys know. There is no rest day. I have an active rest day, which is my ab day on Thursdays. But every day, Sunday through Sunday, there is no rest day. It's literally getting to work. Why? It's because in those first 21 days, I didn't go 0 to 100 like a Tesla. I knew to break it down to a small, simple step. And even if it's doing like a 5-minute workout, I was able to go from one day to the next and to the next and to the next. And then we had the compound effect. The more you do it, then you're able to challenge yourself and see if you can do more. And that's what I did. And I'll be talking about the compound effect in another video coming up at a later date. But when I know this is going really off tangent, because just how I love to do that a lot. I write these calendars out, and I'm able to put these X if I accomplish it. And if I don't accomplish what I said I was going to do, then I don't deserve that X. And then I look at it and I'm like, oh, snap, I didn't get to do it. And then I have a day where I missed. So I'm going to tell you a bonus tip. Give yourself grace. It's going to happen. You're going to fail. However, I want you to have this distinction that if you fail that day does not mean that you're a failure. A lot of people associate failing as if they're a failure. They're no good. They're not good enough. I want you to take that thought and throw it out of your head, because that was ingrained into me for many, many freaking years. And I had to rewire my brain that failure and failing doesn't mean that I'm a failure in life. The only time you're a true failure is if you quit. Don't ever quit. Keep going. Like I said, there are going to be days where you're going to drop the ball, and that's okay. Give yourself grace. Give yourself grace, because it's going to happen. We're human. But remember to always have a positive and optimistic perspective and attitude. Even if you miss that day, it's okay. Things happen. Just continue to have that positive outlook and try again. And try again. And if you miss a couple days, try it again and start over. Right? You get do-overs in life. Ladies and gentlemen, when you wake up, it's a new day. You get to try again. Even if you drop the ball, you have a new day. The day from before is gone. It doesn't exist anymore. So you have the choice of changing your perspective and getting it done that day. And even if you don't, that's okay. Remember, give yourself grace. Just remember one thing. Just be positive and give yourself grace to allow it to happen. And you'll motivate yourself and be more optimistic that, you'll get it done. So that bonus tip was just for all of you who stuck around to the end of this video. And that was giving yourself grace. So let me recap. So tip number 1 I had for you was to get an accountability partner. Tip number 2 was to prime your environment. And tip number 3 was to have calendars in designated spots. I want to touch up on one more thing about the calendars before we go. So another calendar I have is at my workstation, my computer at home. And I write on that calendar to not look at social media, play video games, or, get distracted for an hour while I'm working by using the Pomodoro technique, which I've explained in one of my past videos, which I'm going to link up there. And if I accomplish that, then I get to write the X for that day. And if I didn't, then I don't. So the calendar can be used for anything. You can put on your fridge, put at your workstation, put it in your washroom if you're trying to take cold showers for 30 days. Whatever it is that you're trying to do, make a calendar for it. Write it out. Or even put it in your phone. But most people, they don't honor their calendar on their phone. So I would highly recommend to actually getting a piece of paper, a blank white piece of paper, and writing and drawing out that grid, that calendar, 1 through 30 or however many days. But remember, it takes 21 days to start forming that habit. So I would highly recommend to do 30 days and go at it. And that's about it. Well, everybody, thank you so much for watching until the end of this video. I hope this was of value to any of you, and I hope this was beneficial to a lot of you. This one was a little bit longer. And I am so grateful, thankful, and blessed to have each and every one of you just support me and love me. And again, if you haven't already, if you could please hit the like button, smash the subscribe button, turn on the notification bells, so that every Wednesday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, when I post my videos, you'll be able to watch it. Not only that, it would really benefit my channel and the YouTube algorithm so that my channel can be featured on more people's pages and can be seen by more people and get my message out and to support my mission of helping to change the world by spreading love and light and giving you guys actionable tips and mastering your awakening, which, by the way, is coming up very soon. And I'm looking forward to that. So I'll have a masterclass coming up in April. So look out for that, and I will be excited to teach and pour into each and every one of you. All right, everybody, thank you again for watching. I truly am grateful, thankful, and blessed to have each and every one of you here just loving and supporting me. And I wish you all lots of love and light. I hope you all keep on shining bright. And until next time, YouTube, I am Andre, the superhero of love, and I love you all a super mega ton. Have a fantastic day. Bye. I love you. Bye.